Talk about it with Franjez. Today's special guest is a podcast host and a recording artist from Yonkers, New York. Today's guest is Kaira.
Hello.
Hey, thank you for coming through. How you doing today?
Of course, I'm doing good today.
Good. Glad to hear. We're going to start right from the beginning. Where were you born?
I was born in Peekskill, New York.
And you grew up there?
No, I grew up here in Yonkers, kind of mostly.
What does that mean?
Up into the third grade, I lived in Poughkeepsie, New York. And then I moved here like half in the middle of third grade.
All right. You don't remember much about Poughkeepsie, right?
I do actually, only because once we moved here, I was still going back like a lot to visit family.
I see.
Yeah, so I still remember
Very
a ton
nice.
of it, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your childhood. What type of kid were you and what were you into?
Let's see. Well, I grew up, most of my life revolved around church. I'm a daughter of two pastors. So it was church on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Really?
Maybe Friday if there was a special event.
Wow.
So that was majority of what my life was, especially living in Poughkeepsie. So up into the third grade, I didn't do many hobbies. I think most of my hobbies revolved around music in church. So the choir or the dance team or something like that, but majority church. Wow. Up into the third grade. And then when I moved to Yonkers, it was a new city, so my parents wanted my brother and I to just explore different activities so we could meet other kids. So I joined Nepperhan Community Center's drum corps.
Really?
I played the drums. I played the snare in the drum corps. One of them drums I played in the drum corps.
Tell us about that. I never heard of drum corps.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how long have you been in Yonkers?
Born and raised.
Do you remember we had a lot of parades when
Absolutely.
we were younger? And there was the Nepperhan Community Center drum corps, and then there was the Invaders. I don't know where they practiced, but that was their name. And they would have dancers as well as a band, like drum band. So Nepperhan Community Center, literally every day in the summer and after school, I would go to drum practice. And this was probably when I was in like the 6th, 7th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade. And we would literally practice, like on our drum line-ish, like one band, one sound type. And
never knew this. That's awesome.
Yeah, we would have to run up and down these hills in Yonkers.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had to like practice like a march with the instrumental.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's honestly how I met some of my longest friends right now. Through that drum corps. Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was really fun. I didn't know that music would be this like foundational in my life today in 2025, but it was like one of those things in my life that I always wanted to do. It wasn't something anyone forced me to do. So I feel like that was one of my introductions into like having this long lasting relationship with music.
Nice. So this whole time between Poughkeepsie and drum corps, did you sing?
Yeah, in church.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when did that start? Like, what age do you think?
When you're a kid in church, you have to sing.
I figured.
Like, you don't have a choice.
It's not about your voice. It's about you doing this.
Yeah, you just have to participate. But I do remember, like, singing in the choir, and there was this one song, and I really wanted to lead it. And it just wasn't. My mom's going to be mad if I say this, but I remember her telling me that singing wasn't for me.
No.
She's going to deny that.
How
but as a kid, I remember that. But the song, it was before third grade because it was Poughkeepsie. The song's range was too high for me. But, you know, as a kid, I'm just like, she told me, you know.
Yeah. Maybe your voice didn't get there yet with like
Yeah,
growing.
it was
still
too
growing.
high. It was a difficult song, you know. Even today, there are adults who probably wouldn't be able to sing that song that I wanted to sing, you know. So I've been singing or a part of choirs and stuff most of my life.
Nice.
Yeah, all of my life. Mm.
Tell us a little bit about the household. What was the music in the house and what was the food in the house?
Music, a ton of Kimberell, Clark Sisters, BBCC Winans, ton of gospel music, Mary Mary, Ty Tribbett, Donnie McClurkin, really a ton of gospel music. We weren't really, my parents didn't expose us to a lot of R&B or hip hop. That was all. Any knowledge that I have of that, or most of my knowledge that I have of music outside of the gospel genre or religious genre is from my own, like,
school and stuff like that.
Just digging, like being obsessed with it. And I would come home some days singing songs, and my mom was like, how'd you learn that song? And it's because I would be on the bus, and on the cheese bus, and I would hear, you know, they would play the radio. So I would hear the radio, but we didn't listen to the radio either.
Wow. TV, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we watched TV. We watched a lot of movies. My parents loved movies.
None of the.
And my parents are musicians.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What do they do? They sing or instruments or
My
both?
mom's a singer. My father plays piano, guitar, bass, trumpet, tuba, like a whole bunch of different types of instruments.
It was definitely meant to be. Music was definitely meant to be.
Yeah. And he was a musician before a pastor. So music was. We've always had instruments in our house. My father was always taking lessons or teaching lessons or playing in the church and stuff. But we just didn't listen to a ton of other music. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, and then you said food?
Yeah.
Regular, like, food. I don't know, like chicken. Corn.
Protein, some vegetables.
Yeah. Rice. Soul food here and there.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. I never thought of that, actually.
So how does singing progress? You liked it when you were a kid. Your mother told you this horrible thing. You're second guessing yourself for anything.
Mom, I didn't like. I hate to keep bringing that story up. But it was a pivotal moment. I remember.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, it was like a moment.
The fact that
especially
you're still
now,
doing it.
Exactly. Yes. But high school, I went to Saunders.
Okay.
And I went to Saunders because I thought that I wanted to study fashion in college. So for those of you who don't know, Saunders is a trade school, and fashion design is one of the trades. And I think maybe my junior year, my brother built a studio. My father and my brother built a studio downstairs in our basement.
Nice.
And my brother would just be there every night, just like recording. His other musician friends, my brother's also a musician.
Nice.
His other musician friends would pull up and they would make a ton of music. And then one day he's like, I was singing in church a lot now, like a ton. I knew that I loved to sing by now. In church only though.
Yeah.
You know? So there was this song by like, I forget her name, something Michelson, but it was like this like folksy song, and I would always play it. So he's like, let's record you singing it. And we did it, and it didn't sound that bad.
All right.
You know, so then he started showing me Logic, or I would watch him, I would ask him certain questions, then I downloaded Logic on my laptop, just playing with it. But in high school, I was a huge athlete, so...
Really? What'd you play?
I played basketball.
All right.
So my goal was to play college-level basketball. So that was really what my focus was on, but that music was just very overwhelming. Like, just kept coming up. Like I would stay up so late making music just for fun. Like had no plans on being an artist or a singer or any of that, just for fun. And it wouldn't leave me alone. So then I'm like, okay, it was time to apply for colleges. So I'm like, I kind of want to like study music. And then again, my mom.
No, not mom again.
No. She did it. It was
Something
good.
positive.
You know, she's like, okay, music, but you need a job.
Okay.
So what field in music could you know, she's asking the right questions.
That is the right question.
Yeah, she's
because it
asking
sounds
the right
great,
questions.
but
Yeah.
you got bills.
Yeah, let's think about it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to study music therapy. So for the first 2.5 years of college, I studied music therapy.
Tell us about that. What does that entail?
Music therapy, music therapists are like legit nurses or doctors. They use specific techniques and practices for dementia, for children with autism, all different types of, you know, people who lose their motor skills. Music therapists will play certain songs or do certain things so that people can get their motor skills back. And stuff. So you're basically learning how to be a nurse or a doctor using music as the medicine.
That's insane. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So what's school like then? Like for that?
It's all over.
No, I mean like what is it like?
I went to Malloy. Oh, what were the classes like?
Yeah, like what do you do in class? You're studying music and how it affects the body.
You're studying the body,
mind?
you're studying the mind, you're studying music. I had to study a ton of sight. I learned how to read music, and I didn't know how to read music before college. So my college was gracious enough to teach me those things. Like my audition, I just had to sing because I didn't know how to do anything else, you know?
Yeah.
But they really poured into me and took the time to like teach me these things. But once I got to my internship with music therapy, it felt like I was taking something that I just had this natural passion for and putting it in a box. And music for me is very expressive. It's very emotional. It's very personal. So putting it in these, or only being able to create, having time to create for these very controlled settings, you can only do certain things certain way because you're using music as medicine.
So when it's music, is it like music that exists or you have to make something specifically per patient?
It's usually music that exists.
Okay.
You can make things for per patient, but like, for example, my observation. So you do an observation and then you do an internship. My observation was you can't do any hands-on anything. You go into the hospitals, you go into the nursing homes, you go into the schools, and you watch the music therapists do what they do. You observe them.
I see.
And my observation, I was with this great music therapist and we were in a nursing home. And most of these men and women were born in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. So you sing music that will trigger that part of their brain because they may be nonverbal, but when you play that music, they start to sing it.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
that was like really cool.
It's like tapping into the subconscious mind.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
Yeah,
Literally, that's deep.
Yeah. And I think being verbal and music are on two different sides of the brain.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So singing would still be considered.
On the singing side?
Yeah, and I think it's the left side of the brain.
That's
on the music side.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense because
I think
it's not really...
I stopped.
Yeah, what happened with college?
No, I finished college. I switched my major though.
What you switched to?
Music orchestration.
Okay.
So I studied how to write for orchestras.
Wow, that's dope.
Like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you do it?
I want to do it more. I think right now I'm like more focused on songwriting and stuff, but I would love to get into film scoring and conducting and all of that throughout my life sometime.
Definitely. So when you started making music and using Logic, were you recording like covers or that's when you started writing your own stuff too?
Kind of. I was just dabbling,
Okay.
honestly. When I got to college, we had to take classes on Logic. And that's when I really started to learn the technicalities of producing. But I still wasn't producing at a level where I was completing full songs. That would come like much later, honestly. I was just really still doing it for fun. I started working as a background singer during this time. So again, production was still just for fun, you know.
So how did it go from singing in the choir to doing solo? Because solo you did also in church, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
How was that transition? You were doing it as a group, and then
Yeah.
how does that work to like be the one that's solo?
Well, like gospel culture, there's usually a soloist, you know, like there's the choir and then there's one person who's like, you know, singing ad libs, and they may have there might be a song where there's like an actual written part for the soloist. And there would be like 2 or 3 songs that I would sing as a solo in church. And over the years, it would still be those same 2 or 3 songs. So you get better at it over time. But church is a very supportive place. You know, there's people who can't sing and the church will still clap. So it's the best place to try.
I like that. It's love regardless.
Yeah.
Where was the college you went to?
On Long Island.
Long Island, okay.
I went to Malloy.
Molly
Colley.
And what comes after college?
Well, I began working as a background vocalist, supporting vocalists while I was in college. So my senior year, I think I got my first consistent gig. I was working for this artist, Neshama Carlebach. She is a Jewish artist, and we toured all over America.
No way.
All over America.
Well, what were you doing with her?
Singing Israeli music.
But you were like her background
singer.
Okay,
yeah, there was 4 of us.
So
4 black people singing background.
How does that work when
artist.
It's a different language?
We had to learn it.
No way. You had to learn the language or just learn the songs?
Now, do I know what I was saying?
Okay, that's what I mean.
No, but I know how to say it.
Okay. That's wild.
Yeah.
How does that work, learning it? Are you reading it and pronouncing it, or how does that work?
Pronouncing it, reading it, listening to the music, learning my part, and then rehearsal.
Wow.
A ton of rehearsal.
You know, that's perfect. That makes perfect sense of what you just said about the 2 sides of the brain. One is music, one is because it was the music side you tapped in, not the the literature.
I have no idea what I was saying. And it's some of the most like beautiful music that we were singing. It's super fun. We got to see these communities of people who knew the music, you know, her story on why she's even a touring artist right now. Like her father wrote the original hymns after the Holocaust.
Wow.
Like he wrote the hymns that brought hope and joy and peace back to Israel. So she tours around the world singing her father's music. So it was it was fun.
That's
honestly.
powerful.
Yeah.
Wow. So what happens? Well, actually, how does that happen? How'd you find her? How'd you get the job?
Yeah, she hired this man, Milton Van, who was a mentor and he's a phenomenal singer, great artist. And he's actually the first person to hire me to sing in a studio. But he was her vocal director, her MD over. Sometimes she would have a huge choir. Sometimes she would have 4 people, 3 people. And he was over helping her organize these gospel singers. So she started doing a ton of shows with gospel singers behind her.
That's sick.
And he was over hiring the singers. And thank God he hired me, you know.
How did you get in contact? How did you do that?
With him?
Yeah, in general, you had to get hired for a job like that.
Church.
Really?
Yes.
Well, like he was hopping around churches, physically going to listen?
I know him just from the church community.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you learned drums. Any other, by this time, did you learn any other instruments?
Yeah, piano, guitar. I had to learn guitar and piano in college.
Oh, wow.
I auditioned with guitar. I learned a song for my audition on guitar.
Wow.
Like, that was my first time ever learning a song on it. So yeah, I played every
Drums,
instrument
piano,
I play
guitar.
right now. I played then, just not as good, and I have so much more to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, always. So tell us about the traveling. Any good stories from all the traveling and
With Neshama?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've just been to so many like places I never thought I'd go to, like Kalamazoo, and like just like random places. It was interesting. She did this one. Again, it's Jewish community, a Jewish community. So you just don't think that you would end up in certain places. Like we did multiple gigs at like in Atlanta at Martin Luther King's church.
Wow.
So that was really cool to sing in. Yeah, and it was just cool to like hop on a plane every month to go somewhere new, you know, like I never
That's cool.
it was never like something that I dreamed of, like I just want to travel the world and be a singer, you know? But it's been so cool, and I wouldn't like change it for anything.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So how'd that end?
She just went on to do something else.
What do you mean?
Know?
Not singing, or a different type of
a
performances?
different show. Yeah,
Okay.
we were a part
Without
of a
gospel.
specific show.
I
yeah,
see.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
What's your writing process?
Right now, I write.
I would love to hear both. If you had a difference of how you used to do it, yeah,
well,
both would be
before
nice.
I moved to LA in 2021.
Was the move to LA right after you finished touring?
No, touring probably ended before COVID. It's like I graduated college 2017. And then touring probably ended like 2019.
Okay.
Maybe. We probably did one show during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had to do a COVID test. I remember that.
Trash.
I know, yeah. And I think that was in Minnesota. I got stuck in Minnesota by myself once, actually trying to do a gig because of COVID, I think.
I bet.
Yeah, so that was like the ending of everything. But what was the question?
The question was songwriting.
Oh, songwriting.
How did you do it before and then now? Yeah,
so I actually I have a song called I Forgive You. And I wrote that in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And that was the first song that was honest and true and full and completed that I've ever written. Everything else was ideas, in my opinion. Ideas because I didn't feel like I communicated anything honest or true.
Yeah.
And the way that song came about is I wrote it like a poem first. And then I went to the mic and I sang the verses, or how I usually explain it is I sang the verses, each line, I gave it the melody of exactly how I just felt. You know, like I don't know how else to explain it, but just singing it as if I was speaking, but with melody. And then the chorus, I feel like it was that too. And then when I moved to LA, that was the song that I brought with me. Like I felt like I had a product to go to Los Angeles with, you know?
I like that.
And that's exactly what it was, honestly.
What brought you to LA?
A couple of different things, but I just felt like I wanted to pursue music more seriously. And I felt like I hit a ceiling of creativity and curiosity in Yonkers in New York. So, you know, I performed in really cool bars in New York City. I performed around Yonkers and was just like, okay, now what? So I thought it would be smart to just go to a different city, and what city, especially at that time, to pursue music. In 2021, LA was still that for the music industry, in my opinion.
And how was that experience when you got there? I was want to ask, did you ever go there before?
Yes, I had a college roommate who was from Los Angeles. Okay. And I would go visit her often.
All right.
Yeah.
So you know what it's
so
like.
I knew the vibe of the city. Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times. I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Would you go like to work or for vacation?
Oh, vacation.
Fire.
Tacos especially.
Ooh.
Crazy tacos.
Street?
Hell yeah.
Truck?
I made a list. The trucks.
Or tent?
Trucks. Well...
Next time you gotta go to a tent.
Would a tent be like on the side of the road? Is a tent over, but they're just cooking? Like, yeah, absolutely. I made a list of the best ones, and oh man,
yes,
it was incredible.
Yeah, I could eat that right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need one of those out here.
Oh man,
come on, 100%. Where's our Mexican family? We need a tent.
There's a lot of good stuff here.
Taco, but we need a tent taco.
The difference is the weather here. They can't do it all year, so the truck is nice for them. Yeah. In the winter,
do you have a favorite taco spot out here?
I don't.
I like El Poblano.
No way. The spot next to KFC, I never had.
I like it. And right now, though,
Poblano's the small one on the corner. Yes. I think you meant the one on the left, the Garibaldi. No. That one's trash.
But it's not on the corner either. It's like the little one next to the one on the corner.
But it's like the one that has like a little parking lot thing. So it has like 3 spots. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, it's the OG.
Just because it's fresh, and simple. I don't like when people do too much.
Yeah.
And then I like the one on McLean, Taco.
I don't know the one on McLean.
There's a new one on McLean.
It's a new one.
Right down the street from where we did the show.
Really? Oh, Midland Taco. That's Midland.
Yes, but it's...
That's really good. Midland Taco House? I think it's called Midland Taco House.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. I've been hearing a lot about that place, and then I finally went, and it was exactly what everybody said.
It's fire.
Supposedly I forgot what city they're from in Mexico, but like they do it that way.
Slap.
So good.
It's better than El Poblano, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, but before we had Taco House, El Poblano was where I would have.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I hop around the trucks too around here. You never try the trucks?
The one in front of Cesar Chavez, right?
Cesar Chavez.
The school? That? It used to be something else.
Yeah,
on South Broadway by White Castle.
That's one of them.
I've never had it though.
It's good. It's good. Poblano's better and Midland Taco's definitely better. But it's good because they're open all time of night.
Yeah.
It's very nice. So LA. You get to LA, you got your song, you got your dream, and what happens?
Man, within like 3 months of me living there, I'm in Dr. Dre's house.
No way.
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen? He's like number 1.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, within like, it felt like a blink of an eye, honestly.
How did that happen?
Again, I had this song. And a friend that I was moving in with, like we decided we were going to get an apartment together. She was dating a guy whose uncle is in marketing, but he's like an OG in marketing. His name is George Hughes. And he was doing the marketing for this company called Blackwater. And have you ever heard of it?
No.
Blackwater, the water is legit black.
Really?
Yeah, it has
it's just water.
It's water, but it has iodine.
Really?
Which is supposed to be good for your liver or something. Again,
I didn't know that.
I left the medical field, so I don't know. But he was doing the marketing for it. And the person who had just bought it, his name is Michael Harris. He just bought Blackwater and hired George to do the marketing for it. George was the uncle.
Okay.
The boyfriend's uncle, right? So when we're moving in, he shakes my hand and he's like, "Do you want a job?"
Damn.
So I'm like, "Yes." Like, I just moved here. Well, what is it though? I had to ask that first. And he ends up, needing an assistant. I also, when I'm in Yonkers, I work in the school district. So he's like, okay, you know how to organize and you know how to do this and this and this, So I end up working for him. Say I go in on Monday. I have a friend, Celis out here. He's a rapper, a Christian rapper. He was on tour and he was doing a stop in LA, and he let me open up for him. So it was my first show in LA. So I invite my new boss. I'm like, you should come to my show tonight. So he pulls up, I perform, and then after the performance, he had to leave really quick. So he texts me like, hey, had to go, but I'll see you tomorrow. Bring your guitar. So I'm like, okay. So I get to work the next day, and he's like, all right, I'm going to bring you to this studio, and I want you to meet some people. He's like, you shouldn't be working for me. He's like, you should be doing music. So he brings me to these studios. He brings me to a studio called Black Star, which was owned by Ali and Pooh Bear. Do you know who Pooh Bear is?
I do.
Incredible songwriter, incredible musician. So he brings me by over there, and I sing I Forgive You, my product. I sing my product, right? And they're like, whatever you need. If you want to record here. Like, let us know how we can help, which was beautiful. I still feel so blessed because of that. So literally almost every day after that, I'm pulling up to the studio, trying to record as much as I can. And that was like my boot camp. Then the following week, George is like, there's someone else I want you to meet me at this gym in 10 minutes. I think I was working at that time virtually for a company in New Jersey. I had like all these little gigs when I first went to LA. So I get in the car, I drive there, I have my guitar, and it was a gym that he wanted me to come to. So I walk in, and it was like a privately owned gym. So there were like maybe 6 people there. But there was this man lifting weights. And he's like, okay, I want you to meet Michael Harris. So I end up singing for this man, Michael Harris. And he calls Dr. Dre, like, I swear, like 13 times. After I sang my product, I Forgive You, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he's like, I think this was like a Thursday or a Friday. And he's like, we're going to, I'll call you next week and I'm going to set this up. So I think that next week, Monday, he brought us to Dr. Dre's house.
Wow.
So Michael Harris is one of the founders of Death Row.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like Dr. Dre is family to him. And go in Dr. Dre's house, gorgeous house, amazing man. You know, very nice, very generous to like lend us his time.
Hell yeah.
And I sang my product. I sang my song.
I like that.
And after that, for like 3 months, he just invited me to the studio every day. He was making an album with Marsha Ambrosius. Are you familiar with her?
Absolutely.
Yes, but she's incredible. Amazing songwriter, amazing singer. So I just got to watch them cook, honestly. And the album is insane, like insane. The music like hurt my brain at how intricate and well done it was. I had never heard anything like, and of course his studio and his speaker system is insane. So you hear the trumpetist breathing, like, you know, not really, but like it's just every so detail, clear. Yeah. And he's a detail man, that, you know, so drum slapping, horn slapping, you know, he wanted to clear a sample, so he calls Stevie Wonder. Like, wow, that type of level of insanity going on in the room. And I was just so grateful to like be invited every day. And, you know, for my opinion wasn't ever really asked, but I could like say something in the room and it wasn't like, you know, it was just a very chill environment, you know. So that was crazy. And then after that learning experience, I ended up actually signing with Boss City, Death Row, and literally was in the studio from 12 in the afternoon until 4 a.m. every day. Wow. You know, go home, sleep, and come back So that kind of started the shift in my songwriting, because we probably wrote, good and bad, like over 200 something songs.
Wow.
You know, for me. And
Yeah.
I was writing with all of these producers, all of these songwriters. Yeah, just like trying to figure it out, you know? So the songwriting definitely changed around then.
Yeah. So what is it like now when you write? Well, when you're alone.
What do you mean by like what
Like,
is it?
I usually interview rappers, but it's the same difference. It's like, do you listen to the beat while you write? Is it only when you're going through something? Is it no beat? Is it when you're driving you come up with an idea? Like, what's that actual process of putting words down that you want to record one day?
I think for me right now, I can't base it off of when I feel something. I think I'm working out the muscle of just writing every day. I work in sync now too, so like the song doesn't necessarily have to be about me for sync. It doesn't, you know. So I think right now the process can be any of those. It doesn't have to come one way. It could be from a sentence that I heard someone say, or that I heard my friend say, or that, you know, I thought about in the car, can develop into like a full song. Or it could be me just sitting down and intentionally like just trying to stay present and feel what I'm feeling right now and write it like that. It could be a beat that someone sent me. It could be, you know, but my main goal right now is to just write, whether it's good or bad. It's just to write, you know,
Good or bad?
because it's a muscle.
Definitely.
And every song you write, I think people write one song and they're like, this is the one. Okay. It's a muscle. Like,
Yeah.
so you think like Pooh Bear wrote one song and was just like, no. Pooh Bear goes into the studio and he writes 2 songs a day, full songs.
That's amazing.
So no, like it's a muscle. You have to like
Absolutely.
just keep writing.
Absolutely. And what comes next? How did you stop working in that studio, and how did that come to an end?
Yeah, it was just, I think how I could describe it is just not really coming eye to eye with the direction for me as an artist, and just trying to be as authentic to myself as I can. And you know, I'm a woman of faith, so trying to make sure that I'm staying grounded and making decisions that allow me to stay true to myself has led me to where I am today. So like I am about to independently put out a project, and
Nice.
I Forgive You finally has a video, and
All right.
you know, so it's just like little by little just trying to make sure that the vision or that things feel authentic, because I don't know how it's gonna happen, what it's gonna look like. I can't control all of that, but I can control or I can follow what feels grounded.
Absolutely. And you ended up getting a record deal, right? Was this around the time in LA?
Yeah, I signed with Boss City Defra.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. And you're still there?
No.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I was explaining now.
I see.
Yeah, I'm kind of more. We've moved on. We've separated ways, all on good terms. You know, no bridges burned. Just eye to eye about certain artistic things. You know.
Absolutely. And ARKAIVE podcast.
Yeah.
How did this come about and why?
One of my best friends, Jonathan, who's the co-host of ARKAIVE, he owns this house upstate New York that we always go to. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's no phone service really. And we just listen. He has an incredible vinyl record collection. And one day, we always talk music and artists and stuff. That's just like one of the very many things we yap about all the time. And for 3 days straight, like we would go to sleep, wake up, and continue the conversation. We were talking about music, and I was just like, dude, like this has to be a podcast. Because I'm learning from him and he's learning from me.
That's nice.
He's a fashion designer, a music collector. He just brought so much. He just taught me so much.
Yeah.
And I'm a musician. So there were questions that he was asking that, like, I just thought it was an interesting take or an interesting dynamic. So we started the ARKAIVE podcast. Yeah. Kai in the middle of ARKAIVE.
Yeah.
And I had already been like wanting to start a podcast. And I knew I wanted to be about music. I am very passionate about music education. And I had just started my Threads account.
Right.
My Threads account is really just me. I say like I'm the soundtrack of people's scroll. Like I'm constantly posting different clips of different artists like Stevie Wonder,
Okay.
Denise Williams, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Prince,
Yeah.
Jill Scott. You know, I'm just constantly posting these things. And I was like, we can talk about these artists that are connected to my Threads account. And that's what we did. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Who are your top 5 favorite artists
Top 5 favorite artists
of all time?
like artists or singers or musicians.
All the above. Any genre.
So full
dead or
artists.
alive. Yeah.
Full artists.
But anything. It could be anything. It could be just a singer. It could be just a trumpet
Well, which
player.
one do you want?
You know, realistically, the question comes from the front man, the singer, the songwriter, but it's really anything. It's really anything.
Singer, songwriter, like performer?
It could be that too. Literally anything.
Because I have a different list for all of those. I have a list for songwriters. I have a list for performers or all-around artists. I have a list for singers.
I say all.
You want
top 5 of everything combined.
Everything combined. So we're talking artists. Top 5. We're talking artist, performer, songwriter. All of them.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So number 1, I'm gonna go with Beyonce. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Tina Turner. Number 3, or I'm actually gonna put Prince at number 2. Number 3, Tina Turner. Then we're talking performer as well. Performer. Like entertaining. That's what I'm just trying to.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Well, I'll say from my childhood, I'll say like Ty Tribbett. And then performer, Kaira, performer. I mean, I'm going to go with Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first piece of music you either bought for yourself or downloaded, but it was yours and just for you? What was the first one?
Bought for myself?
Or downloaded, but the first song you got.
Not gifted, though.
Not gifted. Something you got for yourself. First thing you either downloaded or bought for yourself.
I don't know, because I used to steal so much on LimeWire.
That's what I'm saying. You remember the first one?
That I got on LimeWire?
That's what I'm saying. Probably
the first Laffy Taffy. So I don't know. Nothing serious. Well, that is a serious song.
Of course it is. That's a
but like,
classic.
it wasn't like a full album, I don't think. Probably Bow Wow.
All right.
Yeah, I had like a huge crush on Bow Wow when I was younger.
All right.
So probably Bow Wow. Then probably something Beyonce. The first gift was Fantasia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you produce your own music now, like the engineering part of it at least?
I play a big part in it. I do
Okay.
produce some of it, not all of
Okay.
it though. Like, if there's a bass line, I'm probably gonna call like my favorite bass player to play it instead of me playing it.
Nice.
You know, or a guitar line. You know, I'll probably call my favorite guitar player. Just makes the song better, in my opinion.
I like that.
I just want the song to be good.
What's the best case scenario for the music? Your biggest goal with it?
That I can just continue to make it.
I like that.
That's like the best thing, like to be in my garden and make it music, or be in my house and make music, or be overseas and make music. That's it.
I love it. What do you think is the next step to take your music to the next level?
Releasing music.
All right.
I'm dead serious.
I love it. Who's the first person you think of when you think of success?
Success? Probably Beyonce.
What?
And not the success. I'm not necessarily saying that I want the success that Beyonce has, but I just think she's a successful, especially because we're talking about music.
Absolutely. That
she has successfully communicated what she came to this earth to communicate.
Love it. What are 3 things you need to be happy? I'm going to guess one is music.
That I need to be happy?
Yeah.
I'll say Jesus, number 1.
All right.
Yes, the ability to express myself musically, and probably food.
Food, tacos, talk about it.
Yeah. No, for real, honestly. Or I'll say family before food. But both F's.
I like it. Yeah,
food
I like
and
that.
family.
I like that. What's the most exciting thing you ever did?
Exciting? The most exciting thing that I've ever done? Like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. Like that type?
Yeah, the most.
I would hate to ask you what do you mean by exciting, but...
For example, mine, the first one that comes to my mind is skydiving.
So thrilling.
It doesn't have to be thrilling, but something that brings you to full attention.
Brings me to full attention. Probably moving across the country by myself.
By yourself. That's powerful. How'd your family feel about that?
Nervous, scared, worried.
I bet. As you get older, what has become more important and less important?
More important, quality, healthy relationships. Less important, unhealthy friendships.
I like it.
Specifically friendships, though, you know.
What would be the best piece of advice you'd give your younger self?
Relax, babe. Just relax. You'll
What do
be
you
fine. Just relax. I think I had anxiousness to be exactly who I am, who I was, when I could have just relaxed and just been myself.
Yeah.
And everything would be okay, you know.
I like it. You do anything for your mental health? Like, do you work on it in any way?
Yeah.
What is it that you do?
I think it's different things, especially in the different seasons of legit the weather outside. You know, like in the summer, I like to be outside and
Vitamin D.
walk and In the winter, I like to like read and listen to podcasts. I like to eat clean. I like to go to the gym.
There you go.
I still play basketball. So all of those things, definitely, you know.
I like it. The show we did.
Yeah.
It was amazing. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah,
especially
nice.
to do a show with Cons.
Yeah.
And in the town, we've done a show before together. But it was like in 2000, again, like 17, 18. So
life was different before the pandemic.
Yeah. And it was in the beginning of our friendship too. So to see how far he's come, his sound, his music, his style, and for us to like curate this moment together for him, for you guys to bring me on to this, it was really special.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was definitely amazing. During preparation, you mentioned something about specific temperature for your sleep. I wanted to learn more about that.
I love the heat. We talked about this in the car. Like even right now, you know, like I'm sweating. Like I'm thriving. Yes. Yeah, like my heat is always cranked on like 80 something. Honestly, it's just good for the voice. I feel healthy. Like right now, I feel so healthy even speaking. Like my voice doesn't feel. I can conquer the earth.
Wow,
with my
powerful
voice at this.
I like it. If you could have any question answered, and it could be any question, even the time and day you're gonna die, what question would you ask?
Say that one more time.
You could ask any question in the world and you'll have the answer. It could be the time and day you're gonna die. Any question you want answered, what would you ask?
It probably have to be around my faith. Like, when is God coming back and getting us off this earth?
Getting us off?
Yeah.
What do you mean, getting us off?
I think the earth is kind of ghetto sometimes, and I don't think. I'm grateful to be alive and to experience, you know, all of the things, but like I do believe in heaven, and I think that place is just going to be way better. You know? I love Earth. Yeah, I want to be alive.
You said it's ghetto.
It is ghetto, but I love the ghetto too. I love ghetto stuff.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you had one law everyone on Earth had to follow, what would it be?
If I had one law that everyone on Earth had to follow. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm taking a long time to think about these things.
No, take your time. These are questions people don't hear often.
If I had what?
One law everyone on Earth had to follow.
Probably walk in love. Like, in everything you do it in love.
That's perfect. Do you have any regrets?
No.
Good.
That one came faster.
Absolutely. Outside of the music, what are your overall life goals?
Just to be healthy and to live somewhere beautiful, multiple places, multiple beautiful places.
I like that. Multiple beautiful places.
Yes.
You want to live, like, have homes in different places?
Yeah.
I like that.
And to just like continue to be creative and whatever that is, you know, whether it's gardening or sculpting or painting or, yeah, that would be like my main goal in life, honestly.
Where would you want your houses? You have locations?
One in New York.
One in LA?
No.
Damn, tell us what happened.
No, I just want maybe like an apartment in LA, somewhere to crash, but I don't think I'd want a home there. Maybe somewhere in Africa. I haven't been to Europe yet. I'm going in November.
Oh, nice. What part?
I'm going to Amsterdam and Paris.
Nice.
So I'll see what the vibes are.
Absolutely.
But yeah, maybe somewhere like on the Ivory Coast in Africa, like somewhere near water. Right now, that's all that I know for sure.
I like it.
Yeah, I'd have to visit more places though.
I like it. We're nearing the end of the podcast. If you could please let the people know where they could find you, anything you have coming up you want them to tune into, and any last words.
Okay, cool. You said, wait, where they can find me?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? You can find me on any social media at bykaira.com. It's BYKAIRADOTCOM.com. Or you can go to my website, which is actually by Kaira and the actual.com. Yeah, and coming up, much more music. The real kind. Like, I'm not really just saying that. And I hope that you guys listen to it. I hope that you support the podcast. ARKAIVE is on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. And ARKAIVE is spelled ARKAIVE. Yeah, and just continue to support ARKAIVE and my music. And yeah. And Franjez, thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure. Thank you for the great conversation.
Yes.
Do you have a date for the project you're working on?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to drop songs before the project. The project is not done.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. But I forgive you. The music video, the song, it's all done. We're just figuring out how to get it to you and when to get it to everyone.
I like it.
Yeah. The marketing side of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Always a marketing side. Thank you very much for the conversation.
Of course,
and thank you everybody that watched. Peace and love.
Yeah.